Hello, everyone. Hello. Shit, I was a little bit too close to the camera there. That's my bad. Fat white man jump scare. Anybody? Anybody like that? I'm in the process of fixing stuff and then I'm taking off my sunglasses and all that, so hang on. Hello, Venus. Sure was a jump scare. That's kind of mean. Woo! Oh, some oolong tea, baby. Oh, my green screen is shitty. Nothing's going my way this morning, guys. Hello, welcome. I've noticed recently, like, I'm looking at, you know, I'm on my phone. There's always these fucking shorts, right? And me being the fat ass that I am, it's like, oh shit, you know, food stuff, right? You know, the food vloggers. They seem to run out of adjectives. It's like, oh man, this burger is juicy. This fried chicken is juicy, succulent, juicy. It's kind of getting annoying. I grew up with grew up on YouTube with Mark Wiens, you know, the guy who looks like a serial killer when he eats. He does that, you know, to show you guys that the food is good. So he's like doing that. He's also running out of adjectives, so it's like, the garlic, it's garlicky, it's spicy, it's juicy, and that's pretty much just it. I think they've run out of like things to say about the food. There is just a, you know, there's a certain amount of words that you can use to describe food, and I think they ran out. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. That's the stream. Bye. I'm just kidding. Yeah, oolong gang, baby. Yeah, no, the thing is, Venus, and I appreciate that, by the way. A little bit of scuff goes a long way. You can see the top of my head is like cut off here and everything. I don't know. I don't know. I have the world's cheapest green screen behind me, and it's being wonky today. It's actually like leaning on my chair right now. That's why I'm so close to the camera. God damn. At least I got some oolong tea, and guys, I have the most manly cup of coffee that you have ever seen. Imagine like Kratos from God of War like drinking from a skull. Mine is even more manly than that. You ready for this? You ready to see? So manly. Ready for some story? Should have done the ending stream screen. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I don't have that anymore. I'm doing a overhaul. I'm doing an overhaul on the entire OBS. So I don't have it anymore. I was trying this morning. I'm sitting here for an hour trying to figure out how to get you guys who are on this monitor as like the chat on my screen here, like on the screen that you see. But apparently with YouTube integration, it's kind of hard. Giga Chad mug. Thank you. It's Starbucks. You know, pumpkin spice latte with a caramel twist. You know, that's pretty good. Oh. Anyways, good morning. Welcome into stream. I do got some stories. And I just gotta say that I feel so... Okay, first of all, I went on a trip, right? And I came back from the trip, and I was ready to do Omega editing. Like super editing to get a video out quickly. And then my day job didn't like that I left for 10 days to Osaka and didn't do anything there. I don't have my laptop here. I left it in Norway. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna focus. I had to mend some relationships with the clients that I have. They didn't like it that I just sent a message to all of them like, I'll not do anything for 10 days and I'll see you in 10 days. So I had to deal with that first. But I have like segmented and sectioned and timelined everything, every piece of content that I don't shit on the floor, Kotaro. Everything that I videoed in Osaka, Nara, everything, it's segmented and in the editor right now in a nice little timeline. And the same goes for Hiroshima. I did not expect, like, I was told the day before, like, we're going to Hiroshima and you guys are joining us, me and my wife, from my in-laws. And they just paid for everything. It was a super fun trip. I've never been to Hiroshima at all. So we stayed at, I don't want to call this one glamping, but it kind of was. It was more like a huge capsule hotel for like 5 people. And my wife's grandma joined as well. She's still here, by the way, taking care of the little raggedy old crippled dog that we have to relieve the pressure from me and my wife a little bit, because we're usually taking care of that little mug all the time, and he barks the entirety of the night. It's like having a baby. It's not very nice, and that's why I'm sitting here with my hood on as well. But yeah, so I had to back to whatever I was talking about. I wanted to get 2 videos out since I came back from Hiroshima, and just didn't happen because of day job shit and all of that. So it's taken a little bit of time, but it's gonna be great. Great for I like it. I hope you guys will like it too. It's gonna be fantastic. Sick. More power to you. Thank you. You tried to be a European to the Nihonjin. Yeah. Basically, I'm Norwegian. We get like fucking 8 weeks of paid vacation a year. Paid. You can get up to like 15 weeks or something if after the 8 weeks you decide not to get paid. It's I'm a lazy European, guys. You know, but I live in Japan and I work with both European and American clients, so it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult. Yeah, love Hiroshima, such an underrated city to visit. It was. Unfortunately I didn't get to. I wanted to go to the. I think they call it like the Dome Museum. You know, the nuke ground zero, basically. I kind of wanted to see that, but we didn't have time because we stayed at the capsule hotel for an entire night. Had some insanely delicious barbecue, by the way. It's all coming up in a video. insanely delicious barbecue and slept there. There was a jacuzzi outside instead of a normal ofero. So you bet your ass I used that. It had like a bubble function. I almost fell asleep there. It was great. And then the next morning we were supposed to go back home, right? So the video was just going to be like about me staying there with the family and how a family trip, like a Japanese style family trip, is. And then my father-in-law wakes us all up at 5:45 in the goddamn morning and just said, you know what, we're going to Miyajima. So pack your shit, we're leaving. And I'm like, really? I'm like, oh shit. And he also told me, by the way, Emil, you need to make the breakfast. You need to go and make it right now. And I'm like, just zombie mode, kind of like I am now, just 500% more. So I ended up making like hot dogs and scrambled eggs and shit for breakfast for everybody in a jiffy, as they call it. And then we fucked off to Miyajima. Now, an incredibly interesting thing was that, like, at the ferry station, for those of you who has been following my Instagram, teehee, follow me on Insta. I think no, I didn't post it there. I posted it in the Discord. Sorry about that, but still, teehee, follow the Insta. We had all our dogs, right? So me and my father-in-law were holding all the dogs while the women went to the restroom. And we got flocked by an Italian tour group. Oh my god, so cute. And they loved Kotaro, my little teddy bear looking little motherfucker. So when my wife exited the toilet, it was like a crowd of people around us trying to pet our dogs and shit. So she snapped some photos of me while doing that. It was kind of fun. Like I like that my dog suddenly got like a little bit fame there. Usually he growls at people he doesn't know, but he knew to be just quiet and take the pets. He enjoyed the attention. It was fantastic. You've been to the Atomic Bomb Museum twice. Absolute must visit. Yeah, I intend to go back for more content. Like, this was kind of a spur of the moment trip that I was told about the day before, and we're like going with my in-laws and my grandma-in-law and 3 dogs. So it's kind of hard. I have Hiroshima on like on my, not on my radar, but you know, I have planned to do like, it takes me 35 minutes with the Shinkansen from Okayama. So I want to go there and like give the town, like the city, a visit, not only for me and my wife, but also for content, right? But I did get to stop at a Hiroshima okonomiyaki place and eat the real Hiroshima okonomiyaki. That was very good. It's also coming up in the video. I have so much content. Fantastic with the noodles and everything. Kind of hard to make it yourself, you know, on the teppan, but you know, it is what it is. It was delicious. I ate one of those and one of the Kansai style ones, you know, because old grandma here is from Osaka. So, you know, you can't only have the Hiroshima style, you need to have the Kansai style too. But yeah, so the Atomic Bomb Museum, I really want to go, so that's like later. Yeah, Venus, by the way, you're nearing 4,500 subscribers. Insane. Like, I'm checking the YouTube studio like every now and then, right? Just to see like how are the views going and what kind of videos are performing well, so I can make more of those. And I'm just seeing like it's like 20 to 30 new subscribers every day. And I think there's one video driving it, and that's the "Do Not Teach in Japan" video, because you know most people think that that's the only route to live and work here, but it's actually not. But yeah, I'm astounded that we're at 4,500 and it keeps going up. So I'm relishing in it, and that's why I'm stressed about getting my videos out. It's been like almost like 25 days. Since the last one, so I'm like stressing a little bit. I want to get more content out because I feel like now's the time. It's on an upswing, right? So I need to barrage of content, baby. So the barrage of content is it is coming. I'm handling my work stuff now this weekend. I think my next video is going to come out maybe tonight or possibly tomorrow morning. It's actually about how to spoilers for the few people who are here. It's actually about how to deal with being sick while you're traveling in Japan, because I already went through it. Apparently, there was the biggest flu outbreak in Japan in 25 years. Started at the end of or mid-end February, and it peaked around April when I was in Osaka. So, you know, it is what it is. Shit can happen, and it's boring to get sick when you've waited for a long time and saved money to actually go to Japan, and you end up being sick like the next day, and then you're just in the hotel room the entire trip. I got the fix for it, so that's coming out in the next video. Amazing man, GG, thank you very much, thank you. Yeah, Miyajima is great too. I'd never been. It was a lot of. Do you see me clasping my manly cup? There was an insane amount of tourists in Miyajima. Or I think it's Miyajima or it's Kushima. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was Miyajima. But my father-in-law kept saying like it's Kushima. I just want to see the Torii Gate in the water. That's pretty much it. But so many goddamn tourists. Insane. Never seen that many Western white people in my entire life. Basically. I live in the Inaka. I'm like basically the only foreigner in this 20,000 population town. When I go into Okayama, there I see a few. This was just a barrage. There were Italian tour groups, Bulgarian tour groups, like full European tour groups, Americans, Canadians. It was a nice little melting pot. A nice melting pot of people. So it was kind of nice to have like the change of scenery, but it was kind of busy. Miyajima, like midday, perfect sunny weather, and it's like you feel like you're walking in line while you're walking on the sidewalk because it's so cramped and packed with people. It's cramped, too many people. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Miyajima, fantastic place. They had a nice little pub that I was sitting at, waiting for my family to finish all their photos and stuff. Where you had you basically bought one drink and then you had the Nomi Hodai, free refills. It was pretty nice. So I was sitting there at the end of the, for an hour, waiting for them. I think what my family wanted to do was to take photos and then you could send it to the shop and then they would make like a rice spoon, wooden rice spoon with the imprint of the photo on it. So, that took a while. So I just sat my ass down on a pub, ate some cashew nuts, and drank some whiskey cokes. That's what you gotta do. Because it was a long drive home. It's like 3.5 hours back to where I live. So I was just sitting in the back seat, just basically. As long as you're having fun, we are. Yeah, thank you. I am stressing it a little bit because I hate when there's a content like drought. I do. Like, I try to limit myself to not have more than 2 weeks go in between each video. I strive to get one out every week. But sometimes on top of work, that's kind of hard. And then I was sick in Osaka, and then I came home, and I was sick, and I was still kind of sick when I went to Hiroshima. Like, yesterday was the first day I felt like, oh man, I'm actually feeling normal now, and I started exercising again. So it's been like up and down fevers and stuff. It's kind of weird. I accessed YouTube just now. Top of videos list is this live stream. We're going huge, baby. XQC who? I show speed who? No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah. So I wanna tell you a little bit about Osaka. When I went there. But first I need to look at chat. I hate that chat is here and not there because I'm naturally sitting here. I'm also like slanting my back a little bit so I don't tip over the shitty green screen. That's why I'm sitting a little bit weirdly. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Quincy, you do want to teach? Yeah, then like I said, you go ahead. The requirement to have a what do you call it? A bachelor's degree or a degree of any kind. That is, Mom, don't look. I'm using tobacco. you don't need to have the bachelor's degree. Used to be a requirement for the visa before, and that's why all employers used to have that requirement. Now it's up to the like place of employment. As far as I'm understanding it, it's up to them to have the requirement, but you don't really need it. Like I said, I met my first person from Ivory Coast and Ghana here, and they were teaching. They had 0 degree, and their English was, you know, if you think my English is bad, oof, I'm like an Oxford English teacher in comparison to the Ivory Coast guy and the Ghana guy, and they still got jobs, you know. And then they just, you know, they leveraged the teaching position to jump to something else. I guess. I don't know. I went out with them a few times, just had a few beers, and then I never saw them again. That's like the Japanese way of doing things. You hang out a few times, and then you just fucking ghost each other. That's how to make friends in Japan. That's why most people who teach here, they are friends only with their co-workers, the fellow, you know, foreign teachers, because it's easier to connect that way. Yeah, you're a native speaker. Yeah, good. Then you have a leg up on them already, and they made it here. So then why shouldn't you be able to make it here? Why does it sound like we're listening to 1980s after ski lounge beats? I'm just having it on because it was kind of nice, but you know, I'm worried about copyright, so this is all copyright free. So the quality may vary. As you may or may not know, that feels bad to say. I used to be a musician. God damn it. I used to be. I'm not anymore. Yeah, in my late teens and early 20s, I played in bands and shit. I play a lot of music. I have a pretty good, you know, I wouldn't say perfect pitch, but I can. I don't need to read the tablature or notes. I can listen and find my way around into keys and stuff. But I used to play in bands. I don't do anymore. That's kind of a sad thought. There goes that rock star dream. But yeah, so I have like a pretty wide taste in music, and I listen to a lot of complex music. So this background music that I have on right now, it's akin to like muzak or you know, elevator music to me. It's weirding me out a little bit. Very cool, Emil. Thank you. I am very cool. I used to be very cool. I'm not very cool anymore though. What's the best really far from big city place to get a visa for? Far from a big city place. Just pick a countryside village and you'll be good. Hey Krovikan, how are you, man? How are you? Long time no see. Hope everything is alright with you, man. So yeah, just find an inaka that you like and see if there are any English schools there. You can use Google Maps for this, and then you send applications directly to the English school and ask if they sponsor a work visa. That's basically how you can get a job here, but they usually don't pay for your flight though. I was wondering how fat friendly Japan is. It's not. Kind of puts me off visiting because I've heard they don't like fatties. Well, they like sumo. You know, they like sumo. No, to be perfectly real, unless you are like 300 kilograms heavy, you shouldn't have a problem in Japan. Like some places can be a little bit cramped, and some restaurants, they don't have like movable chairs. They don't have movable chairs, right? So, like I have long legs. Teehee, check my model Instagram. I have long legs, right? So I can get like stuck with my knees, and I'm also, I wouldn't say really fat. I would say medium fat right now. I'm losing weight every day. I'm still on a fast right now from 3 p.m. yesterday. I ate 3 p.m. Then I'm fasting until after this stream, and then I will eat. I will eat actually after I do my cardio, and then I will eat. So I'm trying to consume less, so I become less. It's kind of my plan. But yeah, no problem. Like unless you're Walmart rascal scooter fat, so you can't walk around a Walmart to do shopping, you're good, basically. No problem being fat. The thing is, like, if you live here and you work here, something that especially Western women has a problem with is that when you do your annual health check in Japan, they will take your measurements and the doctor will say like, well, what's the word again? They have a nice word for calling you fat and telling you to go on a diet. Like literally, and they will give the measurements to your boss, and if your boss is like, holy shit, you're fat, then they will like stop your cafeteria food and put you on a goddamn diet at work. That happens, and it's all in the company's best interest because they are paying for your health insurance. So if you eat yourself into diabetes, then that's a liability for them. So it feels kind of invasive for, again, especially Western women. I do not really give a shit if you want to take my measurements and call me a fat ass. I don't really give a shit. But from the Western women I've talked to here who live here and work at like big companies that do that shit, they don't like it too much. But just visiting is no problem at all. Yeah, no worries. Unless you're like Tammy from my 800-pound life. Then Japan might be, you know, post-weight loss, I guess. Did you guys see, by the way, you know about Tammy from my 800-pound life? She lost like at least 650 pounds. She looks like a completely different person. It's insane. Ozempic be Ozempicing. Holy shit. She has so much excess skin, right? Because she used to be so fat that her forehead had fat that like drooped down to her eyes to make her look like a Neanderthal, right? But now she's like I wouldn't say skinny. She's like 220 US pounds. But you know, that's better than 750. That's better than 750. I will be catching up on chat. I'm just skipping to Lennarton. Lennart, hope you have a good stream and can stay around, but probably watch the full VOD later. Good luck, man. Thank you, Leonard, and thanks for being here. I know it's kind of hard because I have such a mixed audience. Like some are in Europe and many are in the US. Some are in like Australia or Oceania or whatever. It's kind of hard to find that sweet spot where everybody can like join and stay for a long time. But I'm you know, I'm trying to figure things out. You know, I'm trying. But I try not to stream when my wife is here and when we have the in-laws visiting and stuff. So, like late night streaming for me, late night Japan time is kind of not good. It's kind of not good. But yeah, Quincy, it is that easy. If you don't go through like the JET or the ALT or whatever, if you just search private Japanese school in this area of Japan that you're interested in, it will pop up, right? And if their websites have information in English, that means that they have English teachers there who are like native English speakers. Then you can send a resume and stuff directly and also ask if they sponsor a work visa. If they say, yeah, we do, then you're good. You just need to pay for your flight down here. Some of them actually also, you get a lower salary, but you get like free accommodation. So they hook you up with an apartment and everything. And like the British say, Bob's your uncle. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I'll stay at a hotel near Miyajima next weekend, but perhaps I'll not go to Miyajima. Fair. That is fair. The ferry cost... Hang on, I think I still have my ferry ticket. Yup. Can't read. 500 yen. I have it in my little case because there's a QR code, so you just beep. You just scan it. 500 yen round trip to Miyajima was really nice, but you know, if you're not gonna visit, then you're not gonna visit. You'll probably have a good time anyways. So it's a problem if you decide to live and work there. Yeah, GVG, that's exactly how it is. It's not a problem per se. Like, I'm a huge guy. I'm a pretty big guy. It's I haven't had any issues yet, but I think the main part of it is that I buy clothing when I go home in Norway. Home to Norway. In Norway. I buy like XL oversized t-shirt, so that XL actually means like 2.5 XL, 2.5 XL, oversized fit. Delightful. But you can find like big I know that both American Eagle and GU and also Uniqlo, actually, they have like the Western section where you can find like Western sizes. I found some cool shit there too. That's pretty nice. Yeah, she lost so much. Crazy. Yeah, I know. I'm baffled. If you want to visit Japan, get into walking. Be prepared to walk 15 to 20,000 steps a day. Venus, my friends from Norway could not stop complaining. Oh, it's so much walking. Oh, I'm so tired. We need to sit down for a moment. Yeah. So, lots of walking. Lots and lots and lots of walking. Lots of walking. Straight from the line of bald eagles and Big Macs. Easy, dude. Hell yeah. No, I will get into the story about Osaka. I'm just trying to catch up with chat here. Used to living on nothing in the US, so low salary is all good. Yeah, and especially when you know, they pay for your accommodation. Then it's really easy. You don't have to pay for the apartment, and you're good. Some of them have, like, I wouldn't say back-breaking work, but a lot of overtime. But it's kind of worth it to, you know, be able to live here and work here. So yeah, I got sick in Osaka. That's very fun. The first 3 days were amazing. We went to and stairs, yes, Enigma, and stairs. Lots of stairs. But isn't it nice to be able to go to like a holiday and come home being more fit than when you left? You know, it's a little bit different than going to an all-inclusive resort and just pigging out and coming home and suddenly you're like, fucking, oh, I gained 11 pounds. It's kind of like that. Kind of like that. Oh. Oh. So the reason I have my hood on and a sweater and everything, this morning was insanely cold. It was like 7 degrees Celsius. Absolutely insane. It was 7 degrees and it's supposed to be like 28 by the end of the day. So the weather is kind of varying right now. So I'm now starting to feel like the sun is warming. So I need to slowly undress for you guys. So Teehee, subscribe to my OnlyFans. All right, but anyways, yeah. So Osaka was absolutely amazing. Really, really, it's, you know, it's my favorite city in Japan for a reason. So much good food, good people, fantastic, like people to hang out with. We were sitting at an izakaya, and it's like people from the other booth is like, hey, cheers and shit. Like it's really fun. It's not something that I have experienced in Tokyo yet, but you know, Osaka better, yeah. So anyways, yeah, the Airbnb was amazing. The Airbnb was huge, like three-story house. At the top was like the bedroom with like 4 king-size beds. I had to sleep on the first floor. I put all my friends on the top so they could share it, and I was like, yeah, no, you guys take that. I'll sleep on the pull-out couch downstairs. And they were like, really? Oh man, that's so nice. Actually, I just wanted to, you know, have some peace and quiet and privacy, and also my own bathroom down there. So that's why I chose to be down there. It was fucking loud though, because the entrance was like right next to a street, and people were passing like super drunk and everything. It was kind of loud, so I woke up a lot, but you know, still pretty good. Still pretty good. And I did what I did what you know, you should do when your friends are visiting Japan. I bought 2 9% strong zeros for everybody, but I didn't allow them to drink it before later in the evening, so they don't pass out in the middle of the day and fuck up their jet lag, right? So yeah, great first day. They just arrived and we went to eat. Don't really remember what I think we just ordered in some food. I don't know. No, we went to McDonald's. Want to try out Japanese McDonald's. The teriyaki burger, the samurai mac. Did you go to Osaka Expo? No, I did not. We went to Albiabi. All right, man. We went to the triangle, as I like to call it. Osaka's in the middle, so we have Kobe, Kyoto, Nara. So we went to the triangle, all of those. Osaka Castle, we went to. That's the day when I really got ill. we finished walking around Osaka Castle. Everybody's feeling all right. And then we're getting to the metro. And I just... You know, when it hits you, you just feel like all the energy draining. You're like, and your headaches coming and body aches and everything. I was like, guys, I need to go home. And you need to get to where you're going. I think we were supposed to go from Osaka Castle to Namba. I was like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. So I just hopped on the metro and fucked off back to where we were living. So the area we were living in is called Tsuruhashi. It's basically Koreatown in Osaka. Pretty nice because the Tsuruhashi station was like a 2-minute walk away from where we lived, and it's connected to the Osaka Loop line. So you can get to Umeda, you can get to Tennoji, you can get to near Nishikujo to get to USJ. Pretty nice, but it's Koreatown, and the people the Koreans living there, they refused to speak Japanese to me. When I'm like ordering in Japanese and stuff, they would like insist on speaking English, and the service levels were pretty bad. Yeah, folks tend not to go to the Osaka Koreatown. I know, but the Airbnb was so affordable, and Tsuruhashi Station was so nice to have a main station so close. You can get to Tennoji and go to Tsutenkaku and everything. But yeah, I could actually nothing against Koreans. Like Koreans that I have met in Osaka outside of Koreatown, been nothing but pleasant. The Koreans inside of Tsuruhashi, Osaka's Koreatown, 95% just assholes. Literally. So fucking bad. Probably won't stay there again. But the Tsuruhashi station, it was and the cheap Airbnb, that combo, with a 15-second walk from our entrance to a family mart, and a 2-minute walk to a coin laundry. That kind of balanced it out a little bit. And also direct cheap train to Nara. You know? Direct cheap train to Nara. It's kind of worth it, but I will not be staying there again. I have a whole ass video coming up about Tsuruhashi. By the way, I have scripted it out. I have shit to say about Tsuruhashi. God damn. Yeah, that's weird coming from someone who lives in Korea and they never act that way. I do think it's because both Koreans and Japanese people, the slightly racist Japanese and Korean people, they kind of don't like each other. So to me, it felt like the Koreans living in Tsuruhashi, like Koreatown in Osaka. It's like I got the vibe that they didn't like living there. It's like, shit, I fucking live in Japan. Kind of vibe. It was nice. It was not nice. It was kind of weird to me, but you know, it's such a, you notice it when we were hanging around Tsuruhashi, ate a lunch, whatever, and we took the Osaka Loop up to not Namba, to Umeda, right? And me and all my friends were like, wow, the vibe in Umeda is it's different than where we live. And I'm like, yeah, I can feel it too. It's this is how Osaka is supposed to feel, not Tsuruhashi. Yeah, it's kind of bad. Kind of bad, I don't know, but it felt worth it at the time because it was such a nice Airbnb and cheap, and you know. But yeah, never staying there again. I'm not gonna recommend anybody to go there. Tabits did a video a few years ago in Tsuruhashi. Wonder how heavily that got edited. Probably extremely heavily. People are, what I noticed, like any time during the day, people are loud, drunk, don't really give a shit about you, act fucking moronic in public. Like, it's a lot of things. And I'm not saying it's only the Koreans living there in Koreatown, because there are Japanese people living there in Koreatown as well. And those Japanese people too get into like this little subculture of just being dickish, I guess. But the vibe is totally different from like Namba, Umeda, Dotonbori, even Tennoji. Tennoji is 1,000 times better than Tsuragi. It's just how it is. But yeah, I would wager that Tabi, it's definitely heavily edited that. For sure. Like, it's not a place that you want to go to in Osaka, basically, Tsuragi. It was a great, like a good place to have as a base. But if you're visiting Osaka, don't even bother. It's like the streets are dirty, people are unfriendly. It's just, It's just kind of shitty. And at the Family Mart, you know, no Japanese people working at the company around there. Not even Koreans working there. It's like a mix of Indians and Nepali people and stuff like that. No problem with that, except they don't speak English or Japanese. So how the fuck am I supposed to, you know, how the fuck am I supposed to ask them for the cigarettes that my friend wanted to buy when they don't speak any of the languages I speak? That's kind of hard, right? But yeah, anyways, amazing. Like the vibe shift from Tsuruhashi into like Umeda was insane. Absolutely insane. I want to shit on Tsuruhashi so bad, but I'm saving it for the video. There's a lot of things that remains unsaid for now, but I will go ham on Tsuruhashi in a video coming up. God damn. Anyways, yeah, we went to karaoke as well. Oh, I said that very American. We went to karaoke as well. Went to karaoke. That was very fun. We started from 2 p.m. until 7 p.m. They had the morning, or not morning, like the early bird thing. Sing as much as you want and drink as much as you want from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. The cost was 2,800 yen per person. That is cheap. That's like $20. So what we decided to do, we're five, you know, Norwegians. We, between all 5 of us, I would say we drank maybe 65 liters of beer. You know? Over the span of that, and we got absolutely shit-faced. I don't think they earned any money on us, you know, paying. Because they kept bringing us like 2 and 2 pitchers. It was like 2-liter pitchers of beer. And we had glass cups around, just fucking drank it. And then you just order with the iPad. So my friends kept ordering, you know, more pitchers. Maybe 65 liters. That's like over 10 liters of beer per person. We probably didn't drink that much. But at least everyone drank like, you know, 10, 12 beers each. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But since we are older men, we're all in our mid-30s, right? And most of these people that visited, they have kids and, you know, a partner or wife at home, right? So we decided to have one day where we just go ham and get drunk. So it's good that we did that early, and then we just, you know, chilled the rest of the trip. You know, had one blowout, and that was it. So the karaoke was amazing. Was amazing. I also got hit in Umeda. I got hit on by, and I'm not saying this for you know, bragging. We went into a company to buy some stuff. Me and another friend of mine. The other 3 were waiting outside, and bought some stuff. And this little Japanese the woman, girl, I don't know how old she was very extremely flirting with me. Now I'm not really keyed in to that because I don't really, you know, notice it because I don't care because I'm married. But this was extremely noticeable to me, and that got me like not worried. What's the word? Suspicious. It's like if somebody tries to openly flirt with me, I'm not like, ooh, I'm flattered. I'm like suspicious. Okay, what do you want? I'm like that. Hey, whoa, what's this? It was kind of weird. If my friend standing next to me was like, what the fuck? I think she's flirting with it. And I'm like, yeah, I feel uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. But she helped my friend to find the fucking toilet at the pachinko next door. So it was so weird. And I was also so drunk after the karaoke. So I was like, it's kind of weird. Anyways, Umeda, fantastic, great place. One of my favorite places. It's so expensive though to live or to have like an Airbnb or whatever in Umeda. But damn, we should have chosen that instead. It's pretty good, pretty fun. Don't know how old she was. A child flirting with it? No. It's not like that. It's not like that. You have to be at least 18 to work at a company. I hope. If not, that would be. Wouldn't that be a reverse pedophile? I've told this story, this old story from like fucking 6 years ago. I've told this before. I had like two 12, 13-year-old girls 6 years ago here in my town while I'm outside doing my walk and my jogging. They did like the wolf whistle thing to me. Like that. So I turned around and they were like waving and stuff to me. I was like, ugh, this is reverse pedophilia. Get away from me. It's kind of like that. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like. Be kind to me, but leave me alone, please. To every stranger, just be kind to me and then leave me alone. Don't be gross. Maybe she was into bald men. I was wearing my headwear. She would never know. But yeah, she stopped after I casually said, I can't wait to go back to Okayama to see my wife. And then she was like, and then she stopped. So, but yeah, suspicious, because that rarely happens to me, that somebody's flirting with me. I'm not used to it. It's very suspicious to me. It's like, are you going to drug my drink or something? What's going on here? I want to leave. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's awful. So since then, by the way, JVG, I try to time my like cardio sessions while school is in session. Not when they are walking to school or not when they're coming home from school. I try to avoid that. Not only because of that, because that only happened once and it was like fucking freaky as fuck. But every time I walk outside when there are kids there, everybody is like, hello, good morning. And I have to like, hey, while I'm trying to, I'm fat. It's hard enough to do cardio. I don't want to do it while I say hello to like 150 kids walking to or from school, right? 190センチと100キロ。私は191と多分な119キロかな。もっともっと痩せてますよ、私。まさ。な。今、デブすぎるよ、私。But yeah, back to my Osaka story. It will also come up in a video later. We went to Nara. Nara is always fantastic. Beautiful place. Lots of deer. By the way, Miyajima has deer as well. That was pretty cool. Nara is always fantastic. Lots of walking though. We went up to the top. The tippity top. We went through the entire, like the base, the start of Nara. That's where all the tourists are. Because they can't be, like the British say, they can't be arsed to go up into the mountains. Because it's kind of, it's kind of an exercise, right? It's a lot of uphill shit to get to the top of Nara. So at the bottom, it was packed with tourists, and you could feel like the further up you went, less and less tourists were there. So it was pretty good. We went up to the top, and to my utter surprise, full of Chinese cosplay girls. I saw one. I wanted to take a photo of it, but of them, but it's kind of rude, isn't it? I feel like that's rude, so I just didn't. She was dressed as not like a furry, but like a deer, right? She had like antlers and hoofs instead of the shoes. It was like putting the snacks for the deer around her, so they would flock around her, and then she would do like the pose and shit. It was kind of weirding me out. It was full of like specifically Chinese cosplayers up there. There was also a Chinese tour bus. This is the most insane, fucking lazy shit I have ever seen. The tour bus stopped at one of the souvenir shops at the top of Nara. Stopped. Everybody deboarded the bus to go in and check. After they were done, this Japanese guy working there was like, okay, everybody move away, the bus is moving. They go back onto the bus, they drive 25 meters, and then they deboard the bus again. That's the most lazy shit I've ever... It would take you 30 seconds to go to the next store. No. We need to get into the bus, start up the bus, make people move out of the street, so you can move your bus 112 meters ahead. The fuck is that? I thought I was lazy. That's the most lazy fucking shit I have ever seen. Yeah, let's board the bus to ride it for 8 seconds to the next souvenir shop. My God, are people really that lazy? Or was this just a cosmic fluke that I just experienced the most lazy tour bus ever? Because that was absolutely insane. Never in my life have I seen laziness like this, except for my younger stepbrother. He is probably a little bit lazier than that. Other than that, wow, holy shit. At the top though, I figured out like most of the restaurants were closed, but inside the souvenir shops at the top of Nara, if you go all the way into the back, they have like a cafeteria. They have like a cafeteria there. So we ate some oyakodon and katsudon there. Just enjoying ourselves, you know, eating, chilling, very nice. And then we walked all the way down into the train and back home to Tsuragi. It was a very nice trip. I have so much content from Nara that I videoed on both my camera and my phone. So hopefully the phone... I have a new phone, so hopefully the phone has like good image, I guess. Because I'm going to be making a video about Nara as well. I love Nara. I will always go to Nara if I'm staying for a long time in Osaka. It's just a 30-40 minute train ride, and there you go. Then you're in. You're with the deers. I can agree with him. I see many Indians working many lawsuits in the city where I live. Yeah, exactly. And it's no problem if they can communicate in either English or Japanese. Then it's fine. But in Tsuruhashi, most people couldn't. They were like... I would go there with my friend. He would tell me what kind of cigarettes he wanted, and I would say, "Tabako ichigoichi," and they would be like, "Tabako 151," the number, right? There are, tobacco here is like numbered under, so you don't have to say Marlboro Gold. You just say the number beneath it, and he would not understand. And I said, "The Marlboro Gold, tobacco 151." He would be like that. Like, how can you get a job in Japan if you cannot communicate in either Japanese or English? I don't get it. So I had to like lean over the counter and like, that one, this one, and he was like, oh, okay. Like, come on. We need to be able to have basic communication, or else shit will not run smoothly. Yeah, that was super weird. And then, we went to Osaka Castle after we were in Nara, and I just got sick. I have the whole story of that coming up in the video that I'm working on currently, so that'll be up very soon. I was hoping to have it ready for today, like right after stream to premiere it, but I'm too slow. Too much work. And I'm also helping my wife with some... she's going to have a speech. And me, the writer that I am, I need to proofread and make remarks. So a lot of shit going on. But that video is coming out soon, though. Being sick, like, I can't imagine, like, getting sick. You waited to go on a trip for a long time and you get sick on the third day. I'm so happy that I live here, so I can just go back and, like, catch up for lost time. If you don't live here, it's gonna be hard, man. It's gotta be bad. But yeah, all in all, like, I infected one of my friends with my virus as well. So, he had a pleasant flight back home. But I guess the other one, the only guy in my friend group who has no children is the guy I infected. The other guys, small kids, you know, they're all like kindergarten and first grade and stuff. They touch shit and they, infect their parents with all kinds of disease and sickness, right? That's what kids do. So I would imagine that those three, they didn't get sick because they have like ultra immune systems from raising kids. Because it was only me and and my childless friend who got ill, like who got sick. So I guess that's it. I do that at the end of the day. Yeah, maybe. Maybe me too. But it was so insane. Like, you have to board and deboard 50 Chinese tourists to drive for 3 seconds. It's kind of... feels like such a waste to me. Feels like such a waste. But yeah, it was a good trip all in all. The remaining days were kind of... I couldn't join round one. Round one, which is, the sports and arcade. To play basketball, badminton, fucking football. I couldn't join that because I was on pills. So when you're doing like ibuprofen and paracetamol and stuff like that, your heart can stop if you do any heavy physical activity. So I had to skip out on that. So I was just sitting in the Airbnb, ordering Uber Eats, ordering Indian food from Uber Eats. That's all I did. And then I brought them out to like good dinners and stuff. But I was really ill, but I could join on like trips and stuff with them. I brought them to sushi as well, because the pills here they have some sort of insane caffeine in them. I will more details in the video coming up. There's some caffeine in them because you're supposed to like take them and then get your ass to work in Japan, and that works pretty well when you're visiting as well. It's pretty good. That can't be possible on meds. What to stop your heart? Ibuprofen is that what it's called in English? Ibuprofen, ibuprofen, whatever. It's an NSAIDs and NSAIDs. Even for like athletes who suddenly die from a heart attack mid game or whatever. That's because they had been sick in the past and they popped a lot of NSAIDs basically. So it's better to go for the paracetamol. It's better to go for the paracetamol if you're going to be active. But if you have a shitty liver, then paracetamol can also kill you. So you need to balance it out. The pills I got was a heavy mix of a heavy dose of both, and also some correct caffeine. So I popped those, feeling like I'm going to die, and I slept for like 2 hours, and I'm like, okay, let's go to Nara. Like that, basically. So those pills really kind of saved the trip. It's all coming up in a video though. But yeah, good trip overall. The Hiroshima trip was just a 1 day. You go, you sleep, you go sightseeing, and then we were home by 2 p.m., 3 p.m. It was pretty, just a wham bam trip. That's also coming up in a video, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But it's been great catching up with you guys. I am alive. I did not die in Osaka. Do not believe the people saying that I died in Osaka. Not that anybody's saying that. Yeah, just a small catch-up stream to say I'm still here and I'm content coming out. I'm editing as fast as I can. There is a lot of content to go through, and I'm jumping between like 3 or 4 videos right now, and I get distracted by the other videos I'm making, so it's like a weird loop. But now I've focused on finishing one. And it should be out pretty soon. And then we're getting back to the consistency that YouTube really likes, because let's grow the channel, guys. Just get me to 50,000 subscribers and 200,000 views a month, and I don't have to do my day job anymore. That's where I'm at right now. Let's fucking hit it. Let's do it. Oh yeah, and by the way, catch-up streams like this are just catch-up streams. We just talk and shoot the shit and everything. I do plan on doing more. Like elaborate streams that I like plan for, and set like segmenting schedules and stuff. So it will be like content, baby, not just me yapping and catching up with you guys. But those streams will also exist. But I also want to do some content, do some really, really fun on-stream content, you know, that I can chop down into videos and post later. So, you know, that's also coming up. New video coming soon, and it's been nice catching up with you guys. I am alive. I'm not streaming from the grave, GVG. I am still alive, and I'm still here. Now, I'm going to go for a 1 hour, maybe, 45 minutes, jog, do some interval training, and then I'm going to break my 18-hour fast. So I'll go do that, and you guys take it easy. And I'll see you guys pretty soon. All right, guys, thanks for being here.